let's hit Division 2 now, Johnny. Let's head off to the Maeshowe. It's Maeshowe Division 2. And we'll kick this one off with the Southampton Dockers, 187 points, beating the Northampton Rebels, 177. We had the top score of the week by the looks of it, and that's certainly bigger than any score in the East. The Sandbach Satan scoring 276 points against the Birmingham Master Chiefs, 190, fine, but not good enough for this game. Lancashire Bombers, 183, beating the Whitechurch Warriors, 156. The Kilmarnock Kings, our own very own Derek, 229 points. Great start for him, beating the Glasgow Lightning. Reeves, 198. That's a wee bit harsh losing with that. Turbanville Titans, Everett getting off to a good start, 207 points, beating my very own son, the Royal Raiders, 132. Aaron, what the hell? And then Chester Hurricanes, 193 points, beating the Whitworth Educators, 152. So let me see what my dumb wee laddies managed to do here. There, Tua. There you go. Right off the bat, Tua. I'm praying he's got someone on his bench, but I doubt it because I always preach them, don't have two on your bench in one quarterback leagues.
To be fair, he's been unlucky. He's had Brian Thomas as well. He'll have way better weeks. Worthy really unlucky as well. So, well, Loveland, that you'd expect a wee bit more for Loveland as well, eh?
Eckler kind of disappeared in the second half, didn't he? I think he took a bit of a knock and left it for Bill to take over. But yeah, I mean, he's been a tad unlucky there, and it's an as you were, and it maybe Worthy needs to go, so he's going to need to have someone on his bench to tap in for Worthy, because even if Worthy is fit, you know,
well, he's got
Mahomes
Stroud.
can go to anyone. I'm not
he's
sure
got Stroud,
even if he's playing, I'm not sure they're going to take a chance. But yeah, Tillman's there. Tillman looks a good thing for me this year. As long as Flacco stays a quarterback, I think I'd be happy playing Tillman. I'd be happy playing Judy. I'd be happy playing, you know, in Njoku. I'd be happy playing Venom. You know,
to be fair, looking at his bench, actually, all his problems, he's actually got answers on his on his bench. So Kincaid could come in for Loveland. He's got Coleman on his bench, and he's got Tillman. So these three players, I would put straight into the team. And he's even got, I know Judkins right now. I wouldn't play, even if Judkins fit this week, I wouldn't play him. But see, come week 4, I think Judkins is but week 4, 5, Judkins could really become like a running back that matters, you know. So he's still got Judkins to come back as well.
Well, I think Judkins will become my thing, but it's going to be a second half of the season, you know. And it's the question's going to be, you know, what's Samson doing when Judkins is finally up to speed? You know, how good has Samson been? I mean, it's Ford owners that need to panic. I mean, he's gone now. You can forget about Ford as a fantasy player from now on, I would say. But certainly Judkins is definitely going to come into it. But yeah, he's just that, you know, his starters have not worked for him. I'm a bit worried about his quarterback selection. So, I mean, when you do have someone like Tua, I get having a second choice on the bench. You have to have that. It's having 6 that annoys me. But
well, there's Geno Smith.
You know, he's got Stroud as his second option as the worry. Stroud is a worrying second option. But there are guys here in the best. I mean, Geno Smith's going to score points week in, week out. I would be more than comfortable plugging Geno Smith into my starting lineup. I've got to say, it wouldn't worry me having Geno in my starting lineup. So the fact that he's sitting there in agency is you know, there's options.
Definitely. But there's even Daniel Jones there. I mean, he does have some sort of rushing upside, you know. So there's definitely options. But I mean, who knows? I don't know who the Fields owner is in this league. Fields was taken as like a second quarterback. So if he's the second quarterback for like a team that's got like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, and they're never going to play Justin Fields. He's got Tillman and Coleman on his bench. He might be able to trade for Fields, you know. And then it would maybe be worth it for him, you know.
I'm at a lot. I'm not one for. I don't think it would be. You're going to have to give something up too much up for me to go for to go and trade for a quarterback. And I'm comfortable punching Geno Smith in for free, as opposed to having to pay a Keon Coleman who looked very, very good to go and get Justin Fields. You know, now I'm not saying that Fields won't outscore Smith. I'm just saying that I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference in it. That I don't think Fields will go and outscore Geno Smith and Keon Coleman, for example.
Yeah, I do. I understand what you mean. It does. It would depend what the price of Fields is. You're right. I was having a look at Fields in my league, and the person that has him would be willing to trade him because he's got one of those top four quarterbacks. Fields is the second guy. But I was looking at his team and like where he's weak, I'm just not willing to give up what I'd have to give up. Like I didn't even send an offer. I just looked and I was like, I'm not willing to give up what I'd have to give up to get Fields. So I'll be because that is Fields. I would really be tempted to play over Dak. Maybe not this hours. I think see Dak this week. I think Dak's got a really good chance to be the top scoring quarterback this week. And he's got a really good.
That Giants defense is pretty solid. Is it not the Giants are playing this week? And that Giants defense looked pretty good, even against Washington at the weekend there.
I'm sure it was Sunday. Who did I see it was? Let me just double check quickly. It was.
Yeah, it's New York
it is
home,
the Giants.
At home.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah,
I think in the air though. I think he'll pass it. That was the disappointing thing about Dak by the way. Can why I like drafting Dak as well, right? Is because usually, see, even when he has a kind of a bad game, he usually scrambles and rushes, and like it kind of gives him 5 points. And so for him to only score 12, like it's because he didn't scramble at all. Like he didn't get any. It was a really weird game. Like I don't understand it. Like Dak, usually that should have been like maybe a 16, 17 point week. Yes, a bad week, but it doesn't kill your fantasy. He still did all right, but because he never ran about, it was like Dak's not just a pocket passer usually, you know.
It was the Eagles as well. Dak will have great weeks, and they're going to have to throw the ball a lot because their defense is so poor now that they're going to be in big scoring games. So they're going to have to, if they're going to do anything this year, it's going to be through the air. You know, their running back room's not great, and he's got weapons. It's not like he's not got weapons there. I think that Dak will be just fine, but. In my opinion, anyway, I wouldn't, you know, kind of Dak's one of those quarterbacks where if I do have Dak in, I'm not covering him with a second. He's in that tier for me where I don't need a second quarterback. If I'm running with an Aaron Rodgers or I'm running with a Bryce Young or I'm running with a Tua Tagovailoa, I want a second option on my bench. But Dak is in that level where if I've got him, I don't need a second option on my bench. I'll just pick up whatever's an agency if something happens to him or for his bye week, you know. And I do feel like it's, you know, those bench spots can be absolutely crucial as the season goes on. Because, you know, your player can go down injured and you have to go and you go to agency to find them. See, if your player goes down injured and you don't need to go to agency, the cover is sitting right there on your bench. You're going to get better cover, you know, than you are if you have to go to agency, and that's why I think it's a wasted spot if you have any more than two quarterbacks on your bench. Good start for Derek here as well. He's looking to make a push into Division 1. Don't think we can be having that, man. Come on now, guys. Beating.
Well, he's going to have to replace his. It's already came through. Purdy's doubtful, so Purdy's not going to play this weekend. It's going to be Matt Jones. So he's going to have to find. He's going to have to play a different quarterback this week.
That's not a worry. There's plenty good. I'll tell you what is the worry. It said that the volume that CMC is going to get this week is going to be scary. I mean, that lad could seriously get 50 touches this week, and that's 50 opportunities to get hurt, you know. And if he goes down, they really are screwed. So he'll be praying all that it's holy that CMC can stay fit. But certainly, Henry, there you go. There, Danny's saying Purdy's out for 2 to 5 weeks. So it's going to be the Mac Jones show. Do you know the irony of it all is when they done that stupid move in Miami and they traded up to get Trey Lance? You know, Mac Jones was the one that they were put. You know, on PFT, Chris, what's his face, is pushing. It's going to be Mac Jones. It's going to be Mac Jones. Well, Chris, you're right. It is Mac Jones, just a little bit further down the line, and without the cost that Trey Lance came along with. But Hill as well. Hill's a worry for me. Hill's a worry, but certainly a great running back room for Derek there, Henry and McCaffrey. If those two stay fit, I'm assuming that was his round 1, round 2, but that's looking a very tasty round 1, round 2 picks.
Yeah, well, the same with Hill as well. I've seen there was stuff about more domestic abuse with Hill and everything, so you just see with Hill, he's just a headache, man. It's just like you really didn't want to deal with Tyreek Hill,
Mate, it's a headache I've given myself in many places this year. I don't know why I did it, but I just couldn't let him go past where he was kind of going. You know, it was like I just couldn't help myself, and I've got him in a lot of places, so it does worry me. But yeah, it's a decent enough team for Derek. He's looking very solid there, and I don't see where the holes particularly lie. Okay, do you know what? But he's tried to cover CMC Massive. He's trying to give all the cover to CMC. Obviously, draft one before the Brian Robinson trade. He'd have been raging when the Brian Robinson trade went through. Absolutely raging.
His bench, he is like. See, when Kirk comes back, I think Kirk will actually be pretty good. I think Kirk will be a reliable receiver. He'll be a flex guy. And obviously, you were saying that with that.
I've got to say. I'm worried about his running back.
Manor as well.
Light at running back. If something happens to CMC or Henry, I think he's in a bit of trouble, Derek. But if they two stay fit for the season, I think he'll be looking good to get a push, you know, into the and Kamara. Obviously, he's got Kamara there as well, but he'll need the three of them to stay fit, and if they do, then he'll be pushing for promotion this year, I would imagine.
Oh, definitely. If those three running backs stay fit,
then, Mark, shall we move on to the big one?
Well, we'll go with this big team because this was the highest scoring team.
The 276. Let's have a wee look and see where it's going. And that's with Achan not being brilliant. I mean, Justin Herbert, they look like they're going to throw the ball again this year. I think he could be something special because Harbaugh seems to really, really like him.
Oh, aye. He loves Justin Herbert
this week as well, didn't he, from what he was doing?
I watched a bit of that Jets game at Brees Hall, but he looked so good, by the way. And honestly, I've not drafted him anywhere, and he looked so bloody good, man.
There's another one, by the way, that I have actually drafted quite a lot, and I think he fell. The number one receiver at your team, my friend. But Zay Flowers, I mean, he fell so far. I think everyone who owns Zay Flowers must be sitting with a cheesy wee smile on their face because he is the main man there.
Oh, he was really good. I know I got him in the Show Me the Keeper League. Remember, I took him because I missed out on other people, and then I got Zay Flowers, and it's worked out in my favour. But he's got Javonte Williams,
absolutely.
You know, so he did get some luck, but obviously he had what? Yeah, and he did get, obviously, when you're putting up 275 points, you did get some luck, but I mean, he does have a solid team as well.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he's got Diggs and Shakir on the bench there that will have some no bad weeks, you know. Yeah, I mean, 276 points, what a start. You can see where it's came from. You know, he's got it's just every one of the guys seems to have turned it on at some point or another, you know, where everyone else had so many O's. There's no O's there, you know. There's no Chases, there's no Walkers, there's no kind of Kittles, you know, who got points but went injured, and it's just very solid. Everyone's turned up, everyone's performed, and that turns into 276 points and the highest score of the week thus far. We have one division to look at, but I don't think there will be anyone anywhere near that, and that will be Division 1. So this is a big league. We have the defending champ.